Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, and if everyone would join us in the pledge of allegiance to begin with, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay. Do you have any minutes, Helen? Okay, special meeting discussing decide and request for a preliminary plat extension at Pipestone RV Park dated November 4th, 2025.
Move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, reports, anything? Oh, yeah. Clerk and recorder show $11,566.70. Busy.
I was just gonna say that was kind of slow for Ginger.
Last month it was a lot higher,
Last month was exceptional.
yeah. But this is higher than has been historically.
Hey, any correspondence? Yeah,
I have none.
none? Commissioners? None, all right. Okay, calendar review.
Tomorrow, Beaverhead Dare Lodge Working Group in Butte at 2. Thursday, BTAC at 8. Are you gonna be having survey review?
No,
No, Medina's not in that, won't be able to make it.
Okay.
We're not going for Stephen.
I had EWG that day. Did you have that? 2:00, Montana City Fire Hall.
Okay. And then Jefferson River Watershed Council in Whitehall at 4 that afternoon, and it's Commissioner Persh's Friday.
Any additions, commissioners?
I have nothing.
The only thing I have is on Wednesday, the BD working group. It's gonna be at 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, that's it. Okay. Commissioner reports, Commissioner Doolittle.
All I had was Monday, December 1st, the Many Rivers Whole Health Meeting in Great Falls, where they went over their HR report for the year. We got one more meeting left this month, because this is technically November's meeting we did. Went over their financials, which are looking good. They're having a hard time like everybody else hiring people. Cascade County gave a good report on their service area and what they do up there, which is obviously we don't get that same service here, but it was a good report. That's it.
Okay. Commissioner Kirsch.
All right, I had a quiet week as well. Solid waste safety meeting first thing Wednesday morning. Jesse just gave a broad safety overview for the solid waste department. Coming into the slippery, icy season, so we're trying to remind them to wear their yak tracks or whatever to not slip and fall. Watch the customers. We did have one customer fall in the bin in Montana City a couple of weeks ago. No fault of ours, but just be super vigilant when we got people close to the dumpsters. But all in all, the solid waste department's doing great safety wise. The whole county's doing great safety wise. So we got a meeting. I'll let you cover the road meeting, Mr. Chairman, but we did have a meeting with the events coordinator, which also brought in folks from the Old Red Schoolhouse committee. We also had somebody from the library and somebody from the museum there to try to figure out what's going on in the basement over there. And I think we've got a pretty good idea what we need to do and where to move forward, and everybody's kind of on the same plane now. It's kind of a weird situation up there where got too many people trying to do too many different things all at once, so it always comes back to us. So I think we're good moving on. We'll get the sheetrock put back in the boiler room and probably call it good for now until we come up with some more money.
I'll look at that again when I go to the next meeting up there.
Yeah, take a look and We can nail those boxes to
Well, it's
the
just
wall.
garbage we can haul off, I think.
Yep, that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. I have nothing. The only thing I have is we met with the road crew supervisor today, Bear Taylor, and he updated us on the ongoing, on what's going on right now. The equipment and culverts have been staged for McCarty Creek, but he's gonna be adjusting the plan due to the weather, to be dependent upon the weather when he has the opportunity to do such. And then also, he purchased a 2001 International Snow Plow from Floyd's Truck Center, and it should be good to go within probably the next week, week and a half. So anything else, gentlemen, you want to add to that? Okay, if not, that's all I got. Okay, now, is the opportunity for public comment, which in this case is anything that is not on the agenda. Those feel led to do so. If you have something on your mind, please feel free to speak up, but first I ask that you provide your name first before you comment. But again, it's anything that's not on the agenda, but we cannot take any action at this time. Is there anybody that would like to have any public comment? Oh, I knew this was gonna happen. Okay. Otherwise, we're at time specific for Lindsay. But I gotta wait till 1:45.
That was fast.
That was fast.
Yeah.
Going on your side of the world, I mean, I'm not talking about this, but have you guys ever discussed any more about, I'm gonna talk about it because the last time I met you was at Parks Trails Recreation down in Whitehall. Has anything ever become on your guys' side of the travel management,
At Pipestone?
all the way through there?
Well, one thing I was gonna mention today, we
Oh,
have
well
a
then,
new,
if you want, I can wait, do whatever you wanna do.
I mean, we can talk about it. So this administration has adopted a lot more categorical exclusions.
Uh-huh.
Which allow us to essentially not use an environmental assessment. It's a much more expedited NEPA tool. But one of the categories we got was updates to existing trails. So there's a couple things we could do at Pipestone. Specifically, we probably need to look at, a lot of the trails are currently restricted to 50-inch and less, or a portion of them, and there are fewer and fewer and fewer people who have machines that are 50 inches.
Right.
So we may look at some of that.
So basically, you're still holding yours in place as a, we're really struggling with the Forest Service right now.
It's really hard for us to talk about
I
doing
know.
major amendments without the Forest Service.
I know it is, and they don't wanna come forward to talk to you. I don't understand why. I mean, no
I'm
offense, you're
trying.
both federal entities for crying out loud.
I mean, I think Tim Leahy's on board,
Yeah,
but he needs some support above him to wanna do travel.
we're way up above. We've gone about as high as we can go right now,
Yeah,
so just waiting. What we're waiting on, Lindsay, but I gotta wait till 1:45. And then be glad to have you speak in terms of everything that's going on. But I just thought I'd ask that, cause I didn't know how to talk about that. It's all in for some time. Ginger, do you have anything you wanna say that's going on in your department?
No, just, looking for an employee, Francis is leaving, change the job description, just be accounting tech rather than accounting specialist.
Oh.
A little less, education requirements, and we did audit in lieu of annual financial report. So what that means is after we get the budget stuff finalized every year, the next couple months are spent putting together an annual financial report for the prior fiscal year. That's due by December 31st, but as soon as Kim put in her notice that she was retiring, I requested to do audit in lieu, meaning that instead of doing this annual report, once our audit is finished, we send that to the Department of Administration. A lot of counties are switching to doing that because there aren't any accountants anywhere, and it takes so long to do the annual financial report. So I just was emailing the Department of Admin today to make sure I have everything, that there are some things that have to be submitted by December 31st, so I'm working on that with them, and audit's gonna be done tentatively the last week in January. So gearing up for that, and then starting to prep for election season, which this year there's 7 Jefferson County elected officials on the ballot, so it'll be pretty big. November ballot, if there's not a lot of people that file, then we won't see those on the primary. But just looking at getting our polling places together and trying to figure out how to staff the office during that busy time, so it's gonna be a fun year.
You're already gearing up for it, aren't you? Thank you.
But using the Clancy, the new community center in Clancy for polling place, that should be a lot better for the voters there. It's not cheap, but fortunately the other places that we use for polling places are more affordable, so I think it's worth the money. It'll be about $1,000 to $2,000 for both elections, 1,000 for each election in 2026. So, but just the accessibility and the space it is a really, really nice space. So
That's more of an asset, is what you're saying?
it is.
Okay.
It'll be great for the
That'd be
voters,
good.
I think, the election judges.
Did you do it in the old schoolhouse before,
Yeah.
in the meeting room in there?
Yeah, so there's 2 precincts there, and they're precinct 7 is pretty big. That's like the majority of the, I guess, east side of the interstate in Clancy. Precinct 8 would be like, west side of the interstate, that area. So it's pretty big, and so we have precinct 7 in the community room and precinct 8 in the museum. So, and they made it work really well. And then the church did a bake sale there in 2024, so it was pretty happening place that day. But so, and then in Montana City, since we have a new precinct up there from redistricting, I did use the Baptist church next to or just down from the gas station across from Harbor Cafe. But this year I'm going to combine it with the other precincts in the fire hall. I didn't do that before because some of the election judges up there that have been election judges for a very long time, it would have just rocked their world. And they were really good at what they did. I didn't want to mess up their system, but last year was, or 2024 was the last year that they wanted to be an election judge. So I'm just gonna have new judges learn how to do it with this extra precinct. And the new precinct only has like 100 in-person voters. The rest of them are all absentee voters, so I think it's gonna cause them too much chaos there. So,
You see a lot more of absentee voters anyway, don't you?
yes.
Is the date of birth thing gonna still be, that's a thing going forward, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And so the town of Whitehall municipal election was the first, I guess, trial with that. And we did not have any issues with any voters not filling that part out, so. We had, people that were not part of that election complain about that, but. So long, so. And I know there's lawsuits going on about that right now, but.
Just voter verification, is that what it's for, just an extra layer to verify their identity?
Yeah, I think it's, I think it was something that they did to, and yeah, that's the purpose of it, but it's. The law says put the date of birth, but then the Secretary of State's office set it up so that you would just put the year of birth. So, I mean, a lot of people put that stuff on their Facebook pages, so you can Google it, but.
That's true.
But that combined with the signature and that, then it layers it up, I guess. I foresee hearing a lot about it from voters. It's a lot.
Yep.
There was a lot of news headlines and stuff about ballot rejections in the more urban counties about it, but once it all settled out, it really wasn't too terrible for rejection rates for it, so.
Thank you. Thanks for that report. Okay, it is now 1:45. Lindsay Babcock, would you like to come forward or would you like to present right there?
Sure. Where do you want me? Just sit here or up at your table?
Wherever you want, wherever
Okay.
you're comfortable at.
Yeah, I just wanted to stop by and give some updates on what's going on in the Butte Field office for Bureau of Land Management in Jefferson County. So first off, I just wanted to talk about some forestry and fuels projects. We have a new wildland urban interface fuel reduction project that we are going to start public scoping on tomorrow. And that's gonna be up at Shingle Butte, outside Montana City. It's, I sent you guys a map of it. It's just kind of, very traditional wildland urban interface, a small BLM parcel right in people's backyards. We actually treated about 70 acres of it in the early 2000s, and we're looking to go back and treat about 400 acres total. So retreat what we did, the 70 acres, all the seedlings and saplings are like 25 feet tall now, so all the ladder fields are back. And then kind of go in more of a traditional timber sale model and thin out some of the overstory so that the crowns aren't touching. So we're gonna start, again, we're gonna open public comment tomorrow. I still like to send letters to landowners, at least people that are touching the property. So all the private landowners will get letters, and then I'll speak at the Elkhorn Working Group meeting later this week about it too.
Good, then I don't have to tell them, you can.
Yeah. I don't think it should be too controversial. The neighbors we've run into so far have been really supportive, but, you never know, so. And then we are looking kind of at some out year planning. We would love to treat, we had our interdisciplinary meeting, interdisciplinary team in the Bunker Hill area, kind of on that the north end of that nursery muskrat area. We would love to do some forestry fuels work in there, but we don't have good access, so. We're gonna try this year, I think, talking with some of the landowners to see if they would let us back in there to do treatments, but, it's kind of up in the air right now. We're just looking into that and probably looking at doing some forestry and fuel reduction, in the Boulder Highway area. After the 2000 fires and with more and more urban interface moving into that area, there's a lot of country back there that could use some treatment, as I'm sure you all know, so. That's what's on our radar for forestry and fuels. In the mining world, it feels like everything's happening in Jefferson County. We do have a new geologist on staff, Amanda Rossi, so she's had her hands full this year. Looks like Montana Tunnels is in the news today. I'm guessing did you see that news release? I saw, someone sent it to me right before I came up here. A large company called Captivision is announcing that it signed a letter of intent to acquire Montana Tunnels mine from Goldfields.
I didn't see that.
Totally understand what that
Interesting.
means. And it was in a couple newspapers today. I can leave this with you today. But yeah, so that's news today.
I wonder if that company's owned by Imison.
That's what I was wondering.
I would say probably,
They're
but
based out of
you never know.
Miami. It says it's
Miami.
a global LED provider, which I also don't know what that means, but,
Maybe lights, the LED lights maybe,
yeah,
because they take precious minerals or whatever, I suppose, to make.
yeah. So there's that news, and then, BLM's meeting with DEQ again early next week, to work on revoking the plan of operations. BLM has to catch up with DEQ. We're almost there. So no real news other than we're taking what feel like the appropriate steps given the situation. Bunker Hill, I mentioned that there's a new plan of operations in the Elkhorn's area of critical environmental concern. Normally this would be, in BLM terms, what we call a mining notice, which is kind of a smaller scale operation, but because it's in the ACEC, we have to do a plan of operations, which includes an environmental assessment. So that's happening at Bunker Hill. We did do public comment on that. Didn't get a ton of interest, and our environmental assessment on that's underway.
Where's
It's-
Bunker at? Bunker Hill?
That's that same area, that's like north end of Nursery Creek, Kaiser Gardens.
Oh,
Up
okay.
There,
right.
there's a big piece of public land that we don't have access to. So it's up in there.
It's between Muskrat and Tiger Gardens, kind of on the hill there. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to look at a map. Okay.
Yeah, we actually just got to go back there at the end of summer. I'd never been back there before, so it was pretty cool. Let's see, Golden Sunlight Mine, not much going on there. We permitted some new monitoring wells last year, and this year we do have a 5-year bond review that we'll be doing with DEQ, just to assure that their reclamation costs and their bond is commensurate with their reclamation costs. And then at the Pipestone Quarry last year, we also completed a 5-year bond review, and we added some new monitoring wells due to a nitrate issue in the groundwater. And then one I forgot to put on here, we also are working on a plan of operations called M&M Placer. It's right across from Lewis and Clark Caverns in like kind of down by the Jefferson River. Some gold placer mining going on there that we're doing under a plan. So there'll be an environmental assessment. We just wrapped up public comment on that during the furlough also. Didn't get a lot of comments.
Is that the placer mine that's over there just prior to the caverns?
Yeah.
Honestly, I know you're talking. about.
Mhm. And then recreation and access, the Pipestone area is probably for sure one of our biggest rec sites in the field office. We're just wrapping up a pretty huge road project that we completed on the Ringing Rocks Road. We're getting more and more and more like passenger rental car, like Audis trying to go up there. So hopefully, we redid some of the switchbacks, improved the visibility. We really focused on safety and wanting to still keep it like a backcountry road, but just have kind of a more safe experience for passenger vehicles getting up there. And then we added we increased the trailhead up at the top. We're adding some nicer kiosks, and we added a non-motorized trail that's supposed to be accessible from the lower trailhead up to the site itself. So that was a nice project, and we're just finishing that.
Is parking still the same?
It's
Or-
better.
It is.
I would say it's better. You can still, if you have a high clearance vehicle or an OHV, you can still get all the way up to the rocks. But we're kind of encouraging people to park down
Right.
below. And then we pulled some of the rocks back. You know how you can go, like you can drive right up to the Ringing Rocks? We're kind of trying to pull back
Okay.
a little
Makes
bit,
sense.
which some people probably won't love that, but
Oh, well, but yes, no, I agree.
yeah. I mentioned earlier that we may be looking at doing some minor updates to trails to increase size of OHVs on trails to kind of keep up with what folks are using. We're finding that if we don't allow 50-inch trails, people are finding a way no matter what. So we've obviously got the new campground at Pipestone, and so we're not quite sure how that's gonna, we know it's gonna impact use, but we haven't really seen, I think it just open this summer? Not open yet.
It's not open yet, but
It's
it will be
coming.
by next summer, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
It's coming. So,
Absolutely.
I think that's gonna be a benefit for BLM, the alternative is people demanding that we provide kind of more of a campground experience, which we haven't been too excited to do yet, so hopefully that will provide that need. Depot Hill, we've just seen a ton of right-of-way activity and maintenance, folks buying up old mining claims, wanting year-round off-the-grid access. We're managing that as best we can. Pretty much this whole Iowa area under our land use plan is open for right-of-ways. So it's pretty hard for us to decline a right-of-way application unless there's some real site-specific environmental issue, so,
Yeah, our island on the other side of the interstate's got a road to it now.
yes, it does.
That's okay. Was that a 40-year lease
Yes.
or easement, I guess, not really a lease?
And then the last chance handgunner shooting range, I know we were talking about, Jefferson County being able to apply for a patent for that, and we're still waiting on cadastral survey to delineate kind of the long range portion of that, so that's still pending, nothing new there.
So they would take ownership under a patent?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going through the whole same environmental, the lead?
Yeah.
Do you have to do the study to see what the lead is when you,
Mm-hmm.
that whole thing? Okay, I was curious about that.
Yeah.
Cause that's quite a cleanup out there. I'm not sure. It's not a huge mess, but it could be, I guess, for.
And I can't remember where we left that, like if Jefferson County can say they wanna accept the liability and take it over, but that's.
Yeah, we kind of stepped out of it when BLM said that it'll stay a shooting range. I mean, when we were trying to really push to get it, you guys were saying, we're not doing shooting ranges anymore, so you better take it or it's gonna go away.
Well, now we're doing shooting ranges.
So that was good. It got the monkey off our
We're
back.
getting data calls about shooting ranges and targets for shooting ranges, and
Mhm.
we're doing shooting.
Awesome.
So it would be the last chance handgunners that took it over?
It would be the county
It
if
would
they
be the
wanted
county.
to, or it stays BLM.
The reason I'm asking is I started that project in 2009. And it went round and round and round and round, and then when I came back, I asked Corey about it, and so then I see it on here, so I was just wondering.
Yeah. I think after we get the survey done, we should get together and talk about it and see what people want. We've got a great realty specialist on staff that can see it through the finish line if that's if you guys want to go to that.
If you're doing shooting ranges, we don't want anything to do with it. You're good. We're all happy right now. Everything's good.
Don't like, yeah. No, that group has been wonderful to work with. It's a nice asset that you guys have there. It has not been a headache for us at all, so.
They take pretty good care of it.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a nice range out there.
It's a pretty active group, and there's quite a few of them.
Other than that, just from an internal perspective, the Butte Field office is holding pretty strong. We really only lost one individual to kind of an early retirement over the last year, so we've been fortunate. We didn't lose any probationary employees, got a full range staff, geologist, wildlife biologist, so.
Good.
Is your law enforcement still holding the same? Is it just Chad for that area down there?
Well, we actually have another one.
You do now.
Uriah Giller, he was highway patrol. And now we've got Chad, who's in Helena, Uriah is in Butte,
Oh,
and then Matt Nicholson and Corey Manso are in Dillon, and they're
Okay.
kind of just covering the whole district. So we really have a bit of a dream team. Like, they are wonderful and very, very easy to work with, so.
that's good.
Who would I talk to, Lindsay, about getting a small piece of BLM property posted no camping?
Is it no camping?
Well, it should be. It's more of a walking trail, but people camp right in the middle of it. It's right where you're doing your stuff. It's between the interstate and Highway 2 and Highway 282. Right here.
You're allowed to camp there. Oh, yeah, where the RVs are?
Constantly.
Yeah, they might be allowed to, if it's public land, they could probably stay there for 16 days.
They have been, but they've been staying there all summer is part of the problem. I just get complaints about people walking through there, especially now that
Yeah.
Rattlesnake Butte's a park. It kind of goes to there
Mm-hmm.
and they camp there and.
I can talk to law enforcement about it, but basically people could just call it into the office if they think someone's been there for, more than
Or-
2.5 weeks, and we
or-
can move them along.
or using the restroom in the trees or right in the middle of the trail or that's their problem. Guns, people sitting there with a fire going in the middle of the trail with guns and so.
I don't know, but there's much we can do about people having weapons in public,
Yeah,
you know?
that's just, I'm just letting you know the
Yeah.
complaints I'm getting.
No, I hear you. I'll talk to Chad about it and let him know that.
And you can have him call me. I can
Okay.
maybe explain it. I have a couple emails from people and most of them are phone calls. And usually in the summer.
He's taken me to that spot before and
It's been a problem for
forever.
as long as I
For a
can
while.
remember. We've always kind of dealt with it.
I know we've removed a couple abandoned RVs there too.
Just issues.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else, gentlemen, or anyone from the audience have a question? Luke, I trust one of these days you're gonna wanna say something.
Yeah, nothing today. I'm gonna be working with CTAP and Ladena on a updated capital improvement plan for the county. So looking forward to starting with that in January.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay. You gentlemen have anything else?
I have nothing else for the good of the order, Mr. Chairman.
I do not.
All right, then we will be adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
You guys want